maybe after all these years of finding a different way to learn and a different way to communicate, that I had gotten over some of the pain that I felt as a child. Until, I think maybe about 6 years ago, a group of children from Autistic came to testify before my committee. And when they came to testify, and the kids began to talk about the difficulty in understanding B's and D's and M and N's and writing things backwards and missing numbers, I saw tears were rolling down my eyes. I was actually beginning to relive my life as a child with dyslexia, and having parents in Jamaica who did not have a clue what dyslexia was. And I struggled, feeling less than. My father would embarrass me at the dinner table and tell my younger sisters and brothers to tell Shirley her timetables, because of course I still didn't tell time well on the clock, because you revert numbers, you write them backwards. And so it was really a rough time. But luckily for me, my mother decided to have me privately tutored. And that was my big help. And many of you know that I'm a registered nurse by profession. So you can imagine, at 9 years old I decided I wanted to be a nurse, knowing that I have some learning disability, don't know what it is. And fast forward to be a teenager and to be a young adult, I went off to nursing school in Yorkshire, England. First thing that went through my mind was, how am I going to pass the math tests? How am I going to pass the solution, drugs and solution tests that you have to do as a nurse? So I overcome them slowly. But one of the things that I did when there was an exam given, I may be the last person who turned the paper in, because I'm going to double check and double check and double check. And in all my years of nursing, I think I've made one mistake in medication. And it wasn't because of the calculation. It was because of the person's pronunciation and my pronunciation of their name. Okay? And so, at least you learn. And even to this day, if I'm writing, somebody give me a number, phone number, and I write it down, by the time I'm ready to dial it, I say, oh, I've got to revert this number. And I fix it. Okay? But one thing that God has given us, those of us who are dyslexia, an excellent memory. We tend to remember numbers, remember a lot of details when the average person doesn't remember those details. And so those have been my strength. And so I just wanted to share my story. Okay? So I told the young people who came to testify before me that the sky's the limit. There can be anything you want to be. Can you imagine this little dyslexic child from Jamaica, okay, who went to school in England, came to the United States, went on to get a Bachelor of Science, an AA, a Bachelor of Science, a Master from the University of Maryland, Masters from Johns Hopkins, ran for the House, and served in there for 20 years, and is now in the Senate. Can you imagine that? So the fact is that there's nothing they can't accomplish. And that's what I wanted to get across to the young people. And to their parents. Just hang in there. I'm sure it's not easy. Because my father used to hear him at night pondering what he's going to do with this dumb child. Okay? And you have to be careful what you say to them also. Because it resonates, it stays with them. I still remember every painful moment of my childhood as a dyslexic child.
Thank you.